Hi guys, this video is going to be all about the Poecilotheria Regalis, or the Indian ornamental tree spider. See it as a bit of a video care sheet. Yeah, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Here it goes. So here we have the P. regalis, or the Indian ornamental tree spider. I've just fed it, so it's given me a bit of an opportunity to get a bit of footage in. Film it while I tell you all about it. What can I say about this spider? It's an arboreal species, so that means in the wild it would much rather spend its time up in the trees than on the ground. So when it comes to an enclosure, height is much more important than floor space. For the setup, I use cocoa fibre and moss as the substrate, and cork bark as the hide, which I lean up against the side of the tank. I like to keep the humidity up around the 70 sort of mark. 70 to 80 is normally what's recommended. And the temperature above, well, 20 and above, 20 to 25. If it drops below that, which it doesn't normally for me, it's normally room temperature, but if it drops below that, I heat the room. I try not to use heat mats for any of my tarantulas. Simply because if they get too hot, the heat mat gets too hot, the tarantula can end up frying itself. They can be quite dangerous. So heat the room if you can. With humidity, you always run the risk of mould growth, so keep your eye out for mould because it can be dangerous to a tarantula. If you see it growing, clean it out. You know, if you have a high humidity tarantula, try to ventilate it well, and this can prevent mould growth. Let's go on to temperament. Now these guys have got a bit of a bad reputation, especially when you're starting off in the hobby. I know when I first started off I used to hear pokies were quite aggressive and, you know, they like to bite a lot and whatever, but that's not really the case. They are a nervous tarantula. They are quite skittish. I find they really don't like light at all. But they'd much rather hide than attack. As you can see, the markings, very symmetrical, very beautiful markings on this spider, I think. But they're fantastic for camouflage, so they'd much rather lie very still and go unnoticed than attack you. Again, they'd much rather flee as well. If they are noticed, they'd rather run away than attack. They are very, very fast spiders, so just to make you aware of that. That's not to say they can't bite, and when they do bite, this is probably why they have a bit of a bad reputation. Their venom is quite potent. People that have been bitten have reported feeling quite nauseous, a bit lightheaded for a couple of days or so afterwards. So it's not a nice bite. They have no urticating hairs. They're an old world species, so they don't have urticating hairs, which may be why they have slightly more potent venom. Size, this little guy's about 1.5 to 2 inches, but when fully grown, they can reach about 7 inches, so quite a sizable tarantula. And feed them like any other tarantula: crickets, mealworms, locusts, cockroaches, anything. Any feeder bug that's the right sort of size, they will take down and eat. In the UK, the price, I would say around £20 to £30 you'll be looking to spend. No more than 40. Do your shopping around. You know, look in pet shops, look on the internet. You'll find somewhere they're a reasonable price. This is because with P. regalis, they are quite readily available on the market. Apparently breeding them is quite easy, and obviously the more there are on the market, the cheaper the price. It's as simple as that. So when it comes to beginners, I wouldn't recommend this tarantula as a first. You know, get used to some slower tarantulas first, and then maybe if you're looking for an arboreal species, an avicularia or an avicularia versicolor first, and then maybe look at a pokey. Like I say, they're quite skittish, they're quite nervous, they're very, very fast, so, and their venom is quite potent. If you're looking for a tarantula to handle, I wouldn't really recommend this one. Some people do, but I wouldn't really recommend handling any tarantula. But if you do want to handle, pokies are probably quite risky in my view. So yeah, like I say, they're beautiful spiders. They are great to keep. I'm really enjoying. Although I've only had it a couple of weeks or so, I am really enjoying keeping this spider. So I hope I've covered everything. If you do have any questions, as I always say, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my very, very best to answer them for you as quickly as possible. Which leaves me to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been helpful. And until next time, goodbye.